the things that bothered me other than kind of the underperformance of individuals.
Brilliant. Thank you so much, Hypoc. It is once again time for me to go make a cup of tea, and I will be watching intently. Pansy and Hypoc, take us away.
With absolute pleasure. And again, thank you everyone at home for tuning into this. Let's have a little catch up. Let's get the lay of the land of Europe. That's what we want to be doing here. We could watch your G2s and your liquids, but if you're having to watch G2 and liquid in the round of 32, aren't you underestimating them already? They should walk that. They are meant to be the best. We want to look at that middle pack here, because that's where it gets interesting. But again, you know, we've got those plastic fans, I guess you could call them, who just want to watch, you know, Mixwell go frag. I'm just out here for the intellectuals, what can I say? But anyway, we are into this one.
We spent 8 months watching Mixwell frag last year.
Give us someone new, please. And maybe we'll be treated to a whole new world. Maybe not. For now, though, we'll keep our eyes tuned to this game because everyone's in. We're all looking nice and locked and loaded, and I really want to see something good from these Overwatch boys. Predominantly, I love the concept of Tivek playing on this. I think he's an outstanding player. The guy has aim for days, but who knows? Who knows? Especially with Vitality up against them.
Yeah, actually, look at this again. Spread very thin in terms of utility over mid, and this is going to enable Vitality to actually swing. Actually, the two-man swing here shut down immediately. Unko and Oni finding kills on the way in here. Sender, the last man, standing over towards A. He's actually going to peek out and find that headshot. How?
Must be nice to hit that. I definitely don't. Vitality now on a slight kind of disadvantage, you could argue. Oni trying to get that spike down. Does. And now we have to look at what's remaining. Where does this retake really build from? Exactly, the HP is looking a little rough around the edges, to say the least. You've already got Sober a little low, Killjoy a little worse for wear. The jumping shots, hey, they can potentially work. Good trades coming in for Vitality, but it's Tivek to keep things in charge as Oni now doing the dance on the side, biding the time, swings out, Frenzy's just fine. And the first one will go to Monkey Business.
Yeah, really nice, but again, the timing is so unfortunate. You could see Vitality kind of swinging back and forth through mid, and eventually about 40 seconds into the round, opt to send 2 out A main just to find that information, and it's all 5 members of Monkey Business staring them down, and that gave them free access in. I mean, we already called it out. Sender does fantastically to even find one on the way in there to kind of bring the man advantage a little closer. But yeah, Monkey Business managing to convert the pistol round. Fairly convincingly, I won't lie.
Okay. Second round. I have to kind of switch my mind out of what I expected from Monkey Business before and see how they look now. Because I'm just sat here kind of waiting like, nah, it won't be so much. Nah. But they're actually looking okay so far. I mean, it's been a pistol and the second round. So we'll have to see how it looks going forward. I want to see that overall kind of composure in this approach. That, to me, is going to be very unique here, I feel. If they can actually keep that focus in the right place, not kind of give up sloppy, you know, post plants and awkward scenarios. Of course, they had some pretty beefy opponents that they lost to. That's pretty fair. But outside of that, they have garnered mid control, but I want to see what they do with it. They've split the 2 defenders to either side, but I like this response. But it looks like Omen's ready. He is. So that's going to be Unko finding Machina really quite easily, very much kind of waiting for that. That's what happens when you get mid control. The normal response from a defensive side is to try and take back some of the extremities so you can either retake from a good position or just have some idea what's going on. So, well positioned, the Omen caught there, waited, and now they lean towards A. Interesting lean considering they just got to pick on B and mid.
And actually, nobody over on A, so you can see the double stacking garden and tree. Gonna make it very difficult for them to retake with their weapons, to be honest. Monkey Business gonna come all the way through and get site control. Vic, actually, both members here, the alarm bot actually making them both very squishy to the Spectre and Sender. Last man standing now. Or Vitality again. Just going to look to do some damage here, but it's a good look for Monkey Business to keep 5 up here. That gives them a really good opportunity to convert this bonus round, as we call it, in the next one. Sender will actually find Unko up on Heaven. So that's 1 weapon down, and really that's the objective for him now. It's just to find another kill.
On the case. There we go. Sender not be able to get another one, sadly. Would have been quite nice. Even a little snag on towards that, but... And going into this is where it gets to the kind of danger point, right? The buy comes in, we have all the guns out for Vitality, they've got what they need, a little bit of light armor here and there for the Vandals, but that's just fine. On the other side, bonus round. Now, I want creativity. I want to see these Overwatch players, you know, unlock that beautiful mind moment and do something weird. Like, show me weird stuff. I've seen it in NA, show me weird stuff. Don't see it here yet, but maybe these guys have got a little something. It looks like an all-in A piece for now.
And again, this is what I like to see. Just try and make use of these SMGs. Try and get this as much damage onto the side of Vitality, and potentially the round win in the plant, right? That's so very much possible. That Paranoia actually going to stop that through. FEB still tucked in hell here, but AKM actually going to close the distance very quickly. That's a big kill.
That's huge. That's garnered so much space. I thought the Killjoy could do some real work towards this, but with the spike planted, the post plant, this is where it can get tricky. We saw them struggling before, but AKM's not going to let it be a struggle. He wants it to be smooth sailing going forward. Machine is in trouble, spammed away at. Not too much damage, but a nuisance. Keeps your crosshair from feeling all that comfortable. And Machine now having to double dip on this one. No information apart from that. Nice work. That's going to clear out AKM, but now the next layer of the post plant should kick in. It's a 3v3 right now. Bram swings in. Only goes down. Good work from Element, though, to face up towards that kind of defensive side alley. And now Sender has to find a way back through, maybe defend on this one, try and get the gun out. Well, Element just dipped through for a second and on the reload gets the spot, but time's gone here.
Sender lands the first, again, no time left. Really good round for Monkey Business again. The timing on the utility there, the recon dart resets, and Element's able to find that kill through the smoke for free. Vitality, again, maybe just a little bit of a miscommunication there, but again, it's I don't want to say sloppy, but it's a huge mistake to allow that recon dart to tag up one of the players on site.
3 rounds in a row. I don't know when do we get a little excited? You know, when do we get a little excited here, Hypok? You define it, all right?
I think we get excited when they're still up halfway through the second half of this map, and I think we get Mitch Man on the call probably 2 rounds after that.
2 rounds after. Cool. We'll get him set up. We'll get him lined up. We'll get him on the, you know, ring, etc. You know, we'll see how it goes. Mitch loves a bit of drama, he does. All for the Reddit clips, he said to us, and I was like, wow, that's surprising. I'm kidding. AKM, not joking about this one, going to find 2 quick kills as they try to get some information towards B, make maybe those sheriffs come to a more favorable area, but not going to have any of that for now. Pace being somewhat controlled quite nicely by Monkey Business. And that's a bit of a problem. FEB going to find AKM, and that's a rifle now gone. You can see this mid-presence, this little kind of crossfire being held, trying to play in that jet just sat to the right. Could have been a nuisance if they walked through there carelessly, but it doesn't seem as though they will.
Oh, the recon dart actually just mission going over. That would have given away Brax's position, but going to drone back, reset back over towards B. The drone actually going to come through, actually going to find him inside the smoke there, going to get pinged up again. A bit sloppy there, giving away a free kill, but see, the weaponry not ideal. As I say that, Vac will find a kill with the frenzy. Immediately traded out. So the things for me, and again, I know you were talking about this early on, the things for me I'm looking for here is we talk about the fundamentals, we talk about the discipline, not giving away those sloppy kills on eco rounds and things like that. People are overextending and getting overzealous and things. So far, I'm liking what I see from Monkey Business. It's only 4 rounds, admittedly, but the setup is good.
It's fine. I'm more worried if Vitality fumble here. That's not a great look. You know what I mean? Correct. It's, as said, like when Yinzu asked the question, it's not a bad question to ask, but I don't think they're under the pressure that FPX would be if they were having like a problem, right? It's more just, you don't want to come into a tournament like this where it's one of the big ones in Europe, where it's, you know, finally best of 3s now kicking in. This is where it should be your bread and butter games. Like it was for FPX. Yes, it got close in OT, but you know that map 1 was gorgeous. You've got to be able to kind of deliver when it's these moments. So this is going to be a little bit scary for Vitality. Hopefully Vac comes online, they get that confidence building, they start getting into the matchup, because 4-0, it can be easily dealt with, but don't fall into the trap of feeling like it's, you know, a Counter-Strike-esque game. This is MR12. This is much closer when it comes to this. Differences can be very, very small, and already Vac goes down. That's an issue. I think Vac had the op. That's a big name removed, and Bram's getting a little overly curious, and he doesn't see the player up above. That barrel might be even showing at this point, and Brams could be in a world of trouble once he crests this corner. Even if they just keep him there locked in. Oh my god, he's seen it. Surely Element's seen the barrel. Yeah, there we go. So information had, and the post plant, they can lock this down.
They give it up.
Are they?
Straight away. I think maybe that's an operator save on the side of Vitality as somebody
they picked it up from Vac.
Yeah, this
looks like they're in a mission. Yeah, that's a 3-play save.
Okay, so they're giving a lot of respect over to the Monkey Business boys. Again, I'm not sure if we can take a quick look at the scoreboard and see if a purchase is feasible. Whether Okay, there they go. Now, not so much. With Brams falling, it's going to be very, very difficult. I mean, Vac does have his ultimate online, so potentially we could see the force up around that. Yeah, it's no. Well, no, actually, with what they've said, 1,300 isn't going to be enough for them. But Machine are going to find 2 consolation kills. To Vic will get
Zender
one back.
died.
Yeah, so only 1 survives.
And it wasn't even the op. Okay. I'm excited for Monkey Business, but I'm worried for Vitality, because that's a little scary to be kind of coming in towards. For them, they need to stabilize. They need to get back online. He is a big kind of propeller to their success. I feel... Ah, the bear's back. Look at that little dude chilling out. I feel like Vitality really do need just that little boost of having Vac there. Just that presence can bring so much to the roster. But now, I've got to say, Monkey Business aren't doing anything wildly special. We're not seeing anything, you know, completely new. So this is just kind of a very standard, well-rounded approach.
Yeah, but I've got to say, that's second buy round in a row in the previous where they have found that first blood completely uncontested. I don't want to say free, but no trade possibility. Obviously, in the previous, it was the operator, so wondering if that's something that they're able to exploit as the game progresses. AKM will take out the turret, try and bait out a peek, but nothing given away and defaults back to mid.
Pretty standard. Falling away now. Looking like they want to regroup towards A. That has been quite, you know, well worked at this point. They're not doing anything crazy or new. Again, this is very much rinse, repeat. Now, so much potential with the amount of ultimates we have online. Ta-da. Information, nothing seen, quickly back towards A. But bear in mind, this is Sheriffs, this isn't much, there's bits and pieces to hold this together. In fact, Q's going to do well towards one. Brams is right there. Nice work from Brams to double down towards AKM and to Vic. But now it's just going to be one player left in a 1v3. Ultimates everywhere, Vac's not let it happen. And that is a very well-considered round. Considering that was a very, like, mixed bag of a purchase. That was not a full buy coming in. There was, you know, a couple of Sheriffs here and there. Very well played by Vitality. God, words are hard.
Vitality.
Yeah, because I want to say Brams, they're not just saying Vitality. God. Ah, but Brams did really well to get 2 in that position. That kind of bailed them out from any sort of presence coming towards A.
You know, on both sides, though, as soon as Brams ults for that information, I love the fact that Monkey Business act immediately. Again, they don't see the TP come through to A main. They assume it's B main. They've got the information. Let's hit A immediately. But the response with the ultimate's just on point from Vitality. That's a lot of damage for one shot dart.
A lot of damage. Yes. Yes, it is. Only trying to like carefully clear. Looks like we're going to have the Killjoy popping down the ult. A couple of seconds. And it looks like it was destroyed. So, I mean, didn't go so good. Well
then.
Plan 2, guys. Oh, no.
I'm in one of those moods, Lauren. I'm sorry.
Pull it together. I'm gonna have to start saying Zywoo at this point to keep me interested if these guys don't wake up. Come on, Vitality. Let's have a bit of it, guys. I want to see that ferocious approach that everyone was so excited to see, the names being put together in this roster. But for now, Unko going to be working towards that kind of short connector towards A. Already a nice little bit of omen work coming back through from Brams. He's going to have to fall away, find a deeper angle to play from. Becky right there, and 30 seconds left. AKM on the swing, loses out to Vac pretty handily too. Nice trade from Tvik though. Keeps things at least somewhat feasible. Is only trying to get a plant, at least maybe in a decent post plant. There's the defender's Killjoy coming in, but that's also been destroyed.
Big investment on both sides. Actually, the Rolling Thunder comes through. Hunter's Fury going to shut down all the kills going in favor of Monkey Business right now. Revive invested. Also, an element finds the headshot. The third on the round. A fantastic hold from Monkey Business. Again, Rolling Thunder comes through. They can't even close the distance on the Hunter's Fury, and that shuts down the lockdown. So, a big investment on both sides of the coin, but I love the response.
Yeah. I mean, both of them approached it quite well. I love the fact that even in all of this, we really, really were struggling with the post plants from Monkey Business when we last saw them, especially on this map. It was just looking weak. It looks like even in that little bit of a gap between, they're like, right, let's work on this. Let's refine this and make this something that we can actually lean into. It definitely looks better. Element's been so clutch as well. Staying alive, keeping presence wherever needed. For now, though, back into this jet, getting a little curious over towards B, so going to take some early space. You do have on the other side element, I believe, there. As dephh is going to start, you know, the Owl Drone Wars. It's like Robot Wars. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Was it Craig Charles?
It was Craig Charles, indeed.
What a man. Reminds me of Machine for some reason. This makes me giggle. Every time I see him, I'm like, yeah, Robot Wars, man. Nice.
What an awful thing to say about someone.
We're friends, it's fine, alright? Don't worry about it. Brams, though, making friends with the other Omen, but in a little bit of a rough way. We already have 2 big picks there coming through mid. The crossfire held, very well considered, very well executed. Bram's going to actually dip back in. Element could be in all kinds of trouble if not expecting this.
A little bit more utility spam coming through. That recon actually going to ping one up, and Element did try and act on it. Unfortunately, Brams comes out on top of him. And Vac will find that kill. Vitality clean that one up and keep 4 alive. Now, the important thing with this scoreline now is to try and nullify this momentum from Vitality. Obviously, we know Element's already used 2 revives so far, so they're kind of into their second cycle of ultimates. AKM still has the Blade Storm online. If we can take a quick look, as much as I love that bear, if we can take a quick look at the economy, just see how things sit for Monkey Business.
Boats.
Boats and bears.
Boots and bears. Ah, fantastic. There you go.
Good.
Good. Nice one, Hypok. Pull it together, man. We've got a game on our hands. 6-2. Machine looking for a little bit of information himself. Last time Jet went walkabouts on their own. AKM going to pop the ult, invest into this round. We do have the off angle. I don't think we've seen Brams up here yet. He's mostly been kind of towards that short connector side, so interesting to see if they check on this. They should, but again, clear your corners. How many times do we say it's a problem if they don't do it well? Nice potential crossfire between the 2 here. This could be interesting. It looks like Killjoy's been noted. You can see Sova put to task on it. Oni going to be found trying to walk up catwalk to split towards A. Now it's just the main bulk of the hit now. This side of things, there's not many more looks to this.
4 members of Vitality over here. This is going to be a bloodbath if Monkey Business try and force the issue. AKM actually tags once with the Blade Storm, but this is so risky. Brams finds one, but look at that. The response is perfect. The counter peak from Vitality, and that last member, Unko, lurking his way through mid now. I mean, if he can get rid of one more, be it Vac with the operator, it'll be a big win for them, but Spike, interestingly enough, all the way at top mid. But
I mean,
for some reason.
The thing is, yeah, I don't know why it's there.
30 seconds
Mistakes being made. Vac, don't die to this. Thank you. Ooh, no, Vac.
That's a big win.
You hit those. Unko's now got himself a bit of room. You can hear the adjustment, though, and he knows there's going to be a player watching right towards him. He's actually done well to catch Machina with that, but now with 10 seconds roughly on the board, not going to get anything out of it. But I'm just amazed when you have a roster or like an agent selection like we have for Monkey Business, when they don't have those flashes available. You don't have your Breach. You don't have a Phoenix. You don't have, you know, Sky. You have nothing like that. Those off angles are just a little bit deep. You have to be so meticulous on checking your corners, and you'll probably trade for it because you don't have that flash on entry, or at least to even force the player to turn. So you're going to have moments like that where Brams is going to get away with absolute murder on you.
Again, I mean, to have 4 members of Vitality over there, it's like you clear the first 2 50-50 angles, even if you get that kill. There was 3 people ready to counter swing on it. Really good setup from Vitality. And again, reading the map very well. Again, no presence over towards B. Vac is able to just tuck all the way back in spawn and literally hold that down.
I like the attempt then from Vac to get a little bit of play beginning over towards catwalk. Brams a little wide on that swing, gonna get a 1-for-1 trade out, but unable to kind of peel back away from that. But I guess information found, if anything. At this point, trying to, you know, gamble in the right place is kind of the name of the game, and Machina's getting intrigued by possible presence towards B, but keep your eye on the spike. Still with Sova here working up towards short.
Here.
That's going to kind of fall into the hands of Killjoy if it is just going to be that way, but Vac could potentially catch the cross. Surely they don't walk this. Again, screwed by no flashes, no smokes here. This is a poor approach in my opinion. You can't just walk through mid when you know that Vac's been up with an op.
Blocking sight.
Actually, yeah, FEB going to find AKM on the way in and actually find all 3. Nice little 3-piece for him over there in Tree. I mean, this, I'll be honest, this is kind of where where Monkey Business need to step up. And we talk about depth of playbook and how well they're able to kind of find space elsewhere on the map. If one thing works, yeah, great. But you need to have that variety, because against most good teams, it's not going to weigh up. You're not going to be able to find that success. Initially, Vitality slow start, but I mean, we're back to 6-4 now.
Yeah, scoreline's kind of been that scary lead has just been eradicated, and I don't love this composition, if I'm honest. I still will always say I like a traditional smoke and I like a traditional flash, and they don't really have either of them. I know the Killjoy is incredibly viable here, but I feel like you need one of the two. But at this point, Vax can be forced away here. Omen being used as the kind of, smoke at this point, which is completely fine. It's just not your kind of traditional sense of it. Regardless, Machine is going to go for a brave peek around the corner there.
Yeah, I think I actually traded headshots with Oni behind the box. But again, this is the problem. Vitality is set up so well that when they find this information, look at it now, they have 3 stacked over here. There's no counter rotation coming out of Monkey Business. So they know they can invest all this time holding.
Oh, okay, another trade. It's not pretty. This is not a pretty game of Valorant. Like, win or lose at this point. You do have the ultimate going through this time. No one going to stop that. Back still find Oni, though, and you're going to see it now. No players detained, but they can play right back in on the site here. This is not everything you've ever dreamed of. This is a bit rough around the edges. Nice TP on the spike. You already had Sova leaning that way towards A, so you have support, so it's not just one player, which is actually pretty imperative at this point. If Ungo had been caught on his own, that could have been an issue. Fantastic work here. Revealing the information. Maybe a touch of damage would be wonderful, but you do have the ultimate pop by the Jet on the other side, and the timing is brilliant, but he couldn't get the player he wanted. He'll take the one, but Tivic's going to take the second. Now Machine is working his way back in, but Vac right there. Sharp as ever, in the full defuse. Surely he's going to come through. Sage cannot make it there in time, and Element, try as you might. You might as well keep that gun. Get out of there.
Yeah, a bit too late on the lurk there from Element. Again, I guess maybe anticipating one of those members of Vitality from B site to maybe push through B main and come mid, but round kind of just slips through his fingers there. Once you don't get that contact in the first 10 seconds, as far as I'm concerned, if Spike's down, you're playing catwalk. Go short, hold tree.
Turret out.
5-6 though. Game getting substantially closer than it looked like at the start. I'm glad to see Vitality stabilize. I'm imagining or trying to kind of create the image in my head of what their attacking side's going to look like. I hope it's quite commanding and they can play to their own sort of skill level.
Here.
Do you have the little jump peek around the corner? Just see if you could bait a shot potentially. And you can see the baiting there coming in as well. Killjoy showing, but then the op's right there. But there's a quick play through middle. Looks like AKM.
Space.
Yeah, has garnered a lot of room, but that's a nice bit of work from AKM. Good shot towards Sender. That's going to open things up. Who's left on this site? There's a couple of threats. Machine is one of them, and then you've got Brams at the back of the site as well. Machine is going to take not just AKM, but Oni as well. This is now a problem for Brams. He just needs to wait. All his job is play for the plant. If he gives away the game on the cross, I almost don't want him to. Oh, that's sloppy. That's sloppy. Yeah, but he didn't need to do it. There was no need to do that. He could have waited. Now they know exactly where he is. He can be cleared out. Luckily for him, he's a pretty spicy player, and he's going to do as best he can, but I feel as though he could have waited for the plan, really be in the last line of defense, because now Element has found FEQ, and suddenly Vac's been left in a situation he never signed up for. A 1v2. Spike's not down yet, and he does have the op, which is pretty tricky to play back in on post plants. They're both going to sit on the same side.
They know he's low HP as well. There you go. Position given away. You can potentially just spam this out there. I'm not sure if he's noted Element's position, but definitely to Vix. 46 HP. No dash, so he can't get this kill and get out of dodge. A little bit of a stalemate here. Oh my word. Vac actually finds it. No way. Okay. Tavik finally trades it there. I mean, really well played by Vac. He jumped up with a frenzy there on the reload, sorry, which meant that Tavik wasn't able to swing and get that trade. So really, really good stuff from Vac to clear that, or hard clear that angle underneath at least.
I'm just a bit worried that it went that way. Brams, man, I just wish he'd held his nerve then for the very end of it, for me. I just wish he'd waited.
The other thing to consider, both of his teammates were low HP, so he's the one
but
that
they could have backed in CT.
Yeah, they could have stayed. He needed to stay alive. He needed to be the one that played off one of his teammates.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's like the sacrifice, right? But I mean, maybe that over willingness to be like, I'll try and help you out. But again, it's quick decisions made in very, very fine moments. But we are going to have the half switch coming through. So a little bit of a switcheroo coming into this one. We'll see how Vitality look on their attack. Now they can decide the pace and define it for themselves. Maybe this will kick them back into that higher step gear we expect from them.
And we'll see if Monkey Business have anything
Here.
up their sleeve for their defensive pistol. A little bit of an aggressive hold here on short, actually. AKM. Oh, he will get body blocked. Oh, that's a tilter. That's a tilter.
Vitality, though. Here we go. Machine has had a whale of a round, and yeah, this is what happens when maybe they get to define the pace themselves. They get to have fun with it. They get to run their own sort of approach to things, and not be dictated to by these opponents. So Vitality making light work of the pistol, only losing one, and then even trading back in very favorably after that.
That's absolutely heartbreaking as well, because first blood in a pistol round is huge.
Yes.
Absolutely huge. If they're able to just come back and play the man advantage there, and, you know, I mean, they can play retake at that point. On pistols, I'm fine giving up the plant as long as you can stack up for that retake. So that's really unfortunate for AKM not to get out.
6 to 7 now.
Standing ahead.
You want to see clean work from Vitality. I'd say heavy favorites in this matchup, if you looked at it at the start of the day. Maybe a little bit closer than expected. And look at this mid-presence. They can actually push this one. Brams could be caught in an awkward scenario. He's not. He gets his gun out in time, and Vitality, it's FEB again with Vac and Brams in tow. Easily does it. Now, again, it was just, I don't think they brought almost anything into that one, and I'm fine with them trying something weird, because you never know. You're not going to win a traditional round, so why not try something a little bit unique?
Definitely, the spike obviously goes down on A. Last man over towards B main. Yeah, and again, it's not even really that much of a blow to Vitality's economy. It was 2, maybe 3 players with ghosts, so
Yeah.
again, damage control on the side of Vitality. It was a good setup to prevent anything like that happening. Actually going to see one more Spectre invested on the side of Vitality, and Bram's going to keep that ghost. So going to play for this full bonus, and 4 rifles, 4 heavy armors, and 1 light armor for Oni. So this is a big round now in terms of momentum. Really, really important round for Monkey Business to try and win.
Let's have a look at the approach from the attacking side. Vitality showed a little towards A at the start, maybe keeping those players present. But you can see on the other side, on the defending side, that Jet, AKM, trying to get information off of short. Gonna post it up by that mid box, over by Catwalk. Could be a quick swing around, but he's also just controlling that top mid. But players can, of course, slip past. That's why you do have that kind of complementary position coming in from the Sova, but this is still going to be that hit towards B. Killjoy's right there, though. This utility is going to be rough on the way through.
A little bit of damage coming through initially, and the Nano Swarm going to buy a little bit of time for Oni as well.
Yeah, there's no way through for Vitality. They've been unable to at least get through the players on towards the site. As Brams just kind of locked in at the end. I'm amazed that they weren't actually making much more of that. I guess the utility really was just such a hindrance on the way in.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it's good as well that the utility in that scenario, it buys the time for the rotation to come through, but Oni not giving his life away still gives them that presence on site. Gives them an extra thing to worry about to clear through, so you're liking the look there of that B hold.
We do have the full purchase on either side now, so this is where it could split the difference. We did see the pistol at least being picked up 2 in a row, and then the switch. Not uncommon, pretty traditional, if anything, at this point. Brams? You're not going forward in that. Brams, what are you up to, Brams? Walking through the smoke with the slow, maybe just, you know, a little too confident that no one would be there. That's just a protocol. They were waiting on the other side so readily for that. Absolutely happy to do so. Even get another element. Going to be finding FEB. This is incredible work from those 2 players pushing out a B. Maybe condition them that no one's going to be there for a couple of rounds, but now on the big one, there they are. Spike has gone down, though. Look at that. Nicely forcing away some of the players. Tivik's going to find Machina. Now Vitality down to 2. Vac still on the side. Needs a clean kill. Gets a kill, not so clean. 46 HP, but it will do. And the readjustment from Sender, if I'm not mistaken. And now, Oni hears that. Delivers the bullets through the wall. Sender's going to have to go big here. A 1v2. We should watch his POV just in case he does that. Sender locks it down, says goodbye, clutches it out.
That's a big win, and again, around the really... By the start of things, it could have gone horribly wrong for Vitality. Really, really good stuff again. I don't want to praise the post-plant setup too much because it came down to a clutch performance from Sender, but wow.
Okay. Got a game on our hands, boys and girls. It's getting a little close here. We're getting a little close on this one. I'm liking it. I like to see a little bit more from both these teams. Vac, what is the... Does he have ult, I guess? Yes, of course he does. There it is. You're going to even hear it pop off as well. So, gonna try and level out on the economy a little bit here for himself. Sender. Man to be watched now. See how this continues forward. Rams. First to fight towards middle. AKM's had a bit of a rough game here playing kind of catwalk. Hasn't been able to capitalize too much on these kind of like slower mid plays. It has been the players kind of pushing the extremities that have really, you know, been catching my eye. But dephh still going to be locking down middle, trying to hold that little archway. You can see the cross here, which isn't actually a bad angle to hold at all. At least he can keep information and relay it. Even he could potentially tell, you know, either Killjoy or Jet, yeah, you can fall away from this. No one's actually crossed there. You're fine. But for now, we can see, obviously, what's going on here. 4 players going to head towards B, which puts it towards that 1 player's hands, waiting patiently, just on the corner of sight, just kind of by the stairwell. And it looks like the sight hits on. They're already in there. That Omen's in all kinds of danger. Unco's done really well, at least to find Vac, but by this point, a 2-for-1 trade's going to make that site open and available.
And now, with all the time to set up, Machina can actually lurk pretty late on in B main. He's going to play his ultimate, potentially, but... dephh going to catch that sound cue of exactly where he's positioned. Is the timing going to be good for him? It is indeed. 1 player tucked in logs as well. Brams has got to fight his way out of this. The counter lockdown comes from the attackers too. Brams, good for 1. The player's life effectively now, but he's traded out.
deph's doing really nicely, and he's got his ultimate too. Going to try and clear out at the back there. Down by the boats that we saw, the bear even at the back. And deph's got it too. Now timing.
He's got the recon.
Oh, he does have the recon as well. Do they find this VEC? He's going to have to go above and beyond. He's not even going to be able to find the first. That retake, my, and the timing's just about going to be there, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's got that. It's going to be a second or so to spare. Yeah, there you go, just under. Look at that. Caster math. Love it.
Caster math! Close enough.
Close enough.
I want to, again, dephh, the timing on that guy.
Yeah.
Flanks around the back. He finds the first. The second then comes in. Ultimate's there. Clears it out. It's so well done. It was just a step-by-step clinic on playing the retake off then.
And again, and even though, yeah, putting the recon dart onto site, again, once they don't get that ping and they've cleared close behind default, they know exactly where he's positioned. They know that the second player is stacked all the way in boathouse. So really good retake from Monkey Business.
Roll your mind back to how that started, that early aggression. AKM, he's not having a good time in middle. He is being bodied right now.
Yeah, and one of the things from that game against Summon FC and Red Bull, he was playing that position time and time again, but Summon FC were happy to kind of show heavy mid presence, right? That it was that position that was punished time and time again.
And Vitality. Gonna try and piece this one together. Vac at the front. He does have dephh to deal with on this corner. The time is going to be pretty decent, at least with working out where they are, but now he's blind. He's kind of dazed and confused, but he pulls it together with Oni in time. Vac goes down and no quick trade available. You're going to see the utility invested, trying to do everything they can, but it's hindered. Look at this halt. They can't make the hit anymore. Now curious about short, they're right to be. Bram's on the way up now, creeping through the Vandal. The deeper angle pays dividends, and deph's right there on the trade. Bram's now down. They can refocus where they need to be, and maybe they try and run that Killjoy with that spike or to be, but there's still a player waiting.
Sender needs to find something here. I'm not sure he's going to expect that double stack. And actually, Unco still playing backside, so it's going to be heartbreak for FEQ if he comes all the way through, because he's pressured by time. He has to go and get this plant.
Unco,
One
look at
enemy
this play.
remaining.
Waiting for the plant. Yeah, might get the spike, but you probably won't get the kill because there's a little bit of a time between getting the gun out. Sees it well enough. Very well played.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
how we do it.
Monkey Business in a few scenarios looking I'll be honest, night and day, completely different team to what we saw against Summon FC. Yes, AKM is still getting punished a little bit in mid, but I'm fine with that because they obviously have the response to kind of counteract that elsewhere. Retake-wise, and I guess other than AKM, that kind of discipline that the other players are showing, I'm really impressed by.
Turret out.
Again, this is Monkey Business's choice, but we did see them lose on this recently. So it definitely caught our eye, and the vetoes, you know, Yinzu was like, hey, this is kind of surprising considering the result we saw recently. So kind of cool to see them come back in and look competitive. Whether or not they win this game, they've taken Vitality pretty far here. So again, look at this mid presence. Okay, this is different. We've got a 3-play down mid. Tvix there, leading the way, going to be kind of checking towards the right. He's got AKM by his side. Catches the Omen, at least on a glimpse. Gun not out, so that's going to be info found for free, but this is all just an A hit. There's already the Jet's already on the site. You got to get towards A right now. This is going to be a terrible round to do it. Wait, Brams is now over here, just pulls himself out of dodge. Tvix on the play back in though, finds Sender for free. Spams away, gets it, no problem. The spike was never taken in towards the site though. Vax just here on his own.
Oh my god. Just, again, the reset. The fact that Brams is able to get out of that position in mid link, yes, it looks like a risky TP, but regroups, but I mean, just straight away, Monkey Business, they're able to reset and take complete control of A site there. This is a much, much better look than what I was expecting. Massively
so. And if we get to see an upset here, ooh. Yeah, there's a timeout. And you know what? As if you've ever played competitive games, right? Any of you at home who are watching. Now, the one thing I love with this is there's a certain feeling you get when you know you forced a team to take a tactical timeout. Because it's kind of that, like, good luck finding an answer, boys. We pushed you to that point already. Like, it's a very satisfying feeling, honestly.
It is indeed. I mean, the one thing for me here is I don't know whether or not Vitality aren't giving enough respect. I mean, I'm thinking of that Brams play, like you said, pushing through not only a smoke but a slow. Whether or not that is that big a factor, and I should read into it too much, is maybe something we can see in the second map. I mean, potentially even the third, if that's a recurring theme. But the one thing for me, when we talk about, you know, teams of players that come from different FPS disciplines and different, you know, styles of games.
Yes.
Coming back to that discussion about fundamentals and how well they're able to kind of stack up and hold that defensive formation. For me, so far, Monkey Business have impressed me a lot in their ability to kind of reset, take a step back, regroup, and approach something with kind of like a thinking mind.
Okay, we're back in. And I will have to reiterate, the playing to your own skill level thing could be something my mind will go to eventually, but it's not there yet because we haven't seen it all the way through. But spamming away. You can see the conditioning here from the defensive side. They've shown that 1, yes, we stick here, so you can't walk through that haphazardly. 2, we do back away sometimes, but you don't know the difference right now. Unco going to be forced off the more attentive angle towards it, and he's going to probably call that Sage back here. Because this is maybe getting a little bit too pressured for him to hold alone.
It is, but this is, I mean, the first time Vitality have looked to kind of punish that Sage wall going down and just controlling. I mean, in the previous round, Element managed to get all the way back over to A side because that wall was just completely uncontested. I'm around, gonna get a TP, a little bit of reinforcements on the side of Unco, but thinking better of it because the spike, 2 other members of Vitality making its way back over towards B. Unco maybe just catching a sound cue or something there. Sleep. Yeah, Vitality not liking the look of it. No, I don't know why. They're now rushed. They're in a position where they have to rush this execution.
So they are purely hoping that Brams' utility is going to keep enough attention drawn away from the potential of this hit coming in. And what it has done is at least kind of kept 2 players there, but Jet and Sova are still very much on this side, but they are locked to the back. Now back, great work from him. Takes out AKM. AKM had to have done more there to make this more dangerous, but they didn't check on towards Hell. They do clear it out now. Vax done incredibly well this time. Finds Tvik, and there's no danger now to be had. This retake is very, very difficult.
Is indeed. I mean, Tvik needed to find at least 1 kill from that spot going unchecked. Now find themselves in a 2v5, 2v4 retake, but again, just a tall order, a very tall order.
Maybe a couple of exit frags on the way. Element, he's not given anything really, is he? Yeah, he gets that.
Opponent killed.
No one else, though. Sure. What? Element's sharp, man. Like, I don't know if he's going to get out of it because that Omen's in a dirty little off angle, but apparently, yes, he does, because he is a better aimer. Oh. Who is Element, by the way? If you guys at home know some of these players more than I do, like, I know Tavik, I know some of them, I know bits and pieces here and there. Who is Element, and why was he able to just, like, bang headies out then like it was easy? Tell me.
Tell me now.
Tell me now.
Opponent killed.
But that's a lot of damage on the side of Vitality in terms of economy, and
Enemy remaining.
now actually to look back at it again with Monkey Business on 11 round, I mean, look at they're tapped out. They're literally tapped out. They're 4 light armors on the side of Vitality, so those kills actually big impact. Maybe exits, but big impact on the overall big picture.
I've just seen Element's crosshair and it's made me feel horrible. What a nasty crosshair he's got. Oh, I was about to be a fan of you and you've just done this to me. Filth. It's gotta be a dot or get out. For now, though, spots in mid. These angles, man. Like, you can tell the players are just putting in a little bit of homework here and there, just switching things up. I like it. For now, though, again, Vitality, man. I'm a little worried about Vitality here. You know, Hypok, like, this generally feels like a potential loss for them, but I don't know yet. I mean, they could pull it together and just, like, instantly elevate.
Take flight.
But part of me is genuinely worried.
A little bit indeed. I mean, I will save judgment until the second map. I'm glad we didn't make predictions at this point after seeing how map 1 is going. A little bit of hesitation once again on the side of Vitality. And I mean, now this is pressure building, right? Backs against the wall, map 1 here. We're down to the last 30 seconds once again. So the execution.
Has Tivik got the cross again? Hold on.
30
Is Tivik
seconds
spotting the
left.
cross?
Yes, he is.
Sick work. Tivik now knows what's up. He can relay that towards AKM. Brams does trade it, but AKM knows that this player's now coming. That cross spot is super nice for him. No glimpse above. Double downs on it. Nice work from AKM. Up and over we go. We haven't seen too much from him, and we've been critical, but this round has been big. And now just one player alive. They've left it too late in the day, and that's not going to work out for Brams. We're at 12. For Monkey Business.
Money, 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 money.
Match point.
Look at it. 3 ultimates, yes, we've got the lockdown, we have the Blade Storm, we have the Hunter's Fury. You can write the Blade Storm off as potentially an extra weapon. Vac purchasing a Phantom, I think potentially just dropping that straight over to a teammate, but this is going to be a tough round to get anything from. They need to convert this Hunter's Fury, they need to convert the Blade Storm, but this is scary times if you're a Vitality fan.
Yeah, it is. And here we go. Invest what you can. This is where you make your stand. Machine's trying to crack open the way, and they're going to put everything into this. Machina finds nothing for it.
Yeah, and actually Monkey Business giving this all the way up actually for retake.
Look at the mid play. Round the back, the flank's coming in. I'd love to see that fight going down on the flank. Yes, Brams does find one, quickly traded out by AKM, but now towards the side, the Sova's going to push forward. That's going to be Tivik, straight in towards it there. Trade comes in for Vac. Spike is down, it's a 3v3. We have some ultimates online, not many. Now Vac can still do damage from this position. He has to hold it down. He has to be so integral, because look at the weaponry that the other two have. He is the OP player, but here comes the ultimate. He cannot get killed. Oh no! This is how it falls apart. AKM and Oni gonna work their way back in. Defuse is coming through. Vitality fall to pieces. As the Monkeys up to some naughty business here, Hypok. This is wild stuff.
I mean, that is a fantastic way to bounce back from probably the...
Team Vitality must win this one if they want to stay in the best of 3. Over to you, Pansy and Hypok.
Yeah, I mean, Hypok, this has got to be a pressure moment now for Vitality. They're coming to a map that is significantly their own, right? Like, as Yunzu said, decent win rate on it, looks comfy. We have no idea what Monkey Business look like here, but that also means neither do Vitality. So what do you think this kind of matchup now looks like? How does it sit to you?
I mean, I still see Icebox as a map where there can be some kind of funkiness, you know, some unexpectedness to, yes, we can look into the win rate, but this is definitely still, there aren't enough reps for any teams out there just yet to be well prepared. And the fact that you can't prepare against Monkey Business is definitely a factor to consider. But there's a quick look coming through. Actually, Element going to find Vac on the way in, dismissed away, but Sender will find Tivik, who was defending Element, actually coming back from the dismiss. Oh, the second comes through.
Element's having a whale of a time. I love the support getting that Al drone down so it allowed that spot to be unchecked.
Okay.
And Element, this is why you set him up to play. We were surprised before, but I'm not so surprised now. The man's got some spice to him. Not just some paprika on the side. It's full on chili peppers at this point. Like, look at him go. For now, though, there's still danger. There's still a threat here and there, but it's going to be dealt with. So many players to overwhelm. So this is good. This is a good start coming right back in. And for the mentality of vitality, that's a mouthful I'll never say again.
That is a mouthful.
Absolutely hated that, didn't I? For the mentality, for vitality.
It was there the second time around.
Yeah, no, I think it was. That's gonna be kind of a rough way to start it off. You come off the back of Velosa map 1, all right, shake it off, guys. Home map, comfy here, and then that happens. Straight away, you're like, okay, back on the back foot we go.
Hey, eyes on Element though, man. Like, had a quiet series against Summon FC, but so far today, definitely making his case to be a player to watch. Again, Vac trying to explore something over towards A. Sender's got to be careful not to get caught out there. It does take a little bit of damage. Will get his heal off, but he won't be full HP. No real presence shown. Actually, the rest of Vitality haven't really made any progress through the map. Revert back over to try and find something on A side. Once again, though, Element tucked in. Again, spots we find Reyna's in time and time again. It's that one and done spot. Even if he finds the first one, it's a win if he can get away. My word! A one and done spot converted into 4 kills again. Eco frags, but
Eco Cobra, baby, let's go. Pat out that stat board. Can make you the MVP if you get more of those. It's fine. Hypoc loves a bit of, you know. A bit of, you're right, mate. You need a round.
But look, dude, it's the thing though. I love seeing Reyna played, right? And I love seeing Reyna like play spots like that. Like I said, I always talk about him as one and dones. That's kind of the thing. It catches your opponent off guard. It's like that. Yes, or that would be a stupid spot for somebody to play, right? So it goes unchecked.
Aside from Arena, yeah, correct. Oh, I like it. Oh, this makes me happy. What is happiness in 2021, man? I haven't been smiling in a while, but this feels good. All right, Vitality. Time to turn it around, though. This is a round where you convert. This is where you kind of stamp your authority back in the game.
Here.
Looks like that could be the case. dephh's going to have to kind of peel away a bit. Kind of play a little bit more passive to this. Try and get the information more than anything. Wall going up.
Placing swamp grenade.
I don't know if that's going to do as much as you'd hope. I don't believe so. No, Spike's now down.
A little bit late with the nano swarm, but look for the retake here. Unko actually going to find the first one in. Sender will respond on dephh. Vac with a very quick headshot as well. So an advantage goes straight back over Vitality. Now this is difficult here. They've got to close the distance as much as they can. Element's going to find 1 kill, dismiss away, but still a 3v3 here.
Element finds more. You can instantly see the turnaround, but there we go. This is getting scary, but the HP so low, and Brams keeps control, but you're right. 3 players dead. That's going to force a bigger reinvestment than they'd, I'm sure, would like to do.
It doesn't look like it's going to be the end of the world. Vac, again, he's not on that ultimate, so does have to have a weapon dropped over to him. So 2 players completely tapped out on the side of Vitality. Sheena down on 200 credits and 3,600, 2,100 apiece elsewhere. So a lot of damage done, and that's what you want to do from your bonus round. If you can't win it out, yes, absolutely try and do as much damage as possible. On the flip side, actually, Monkey Business, their economy isn't looking great, so in terms of momentum, this will be a good one for Vitality to post. If we have any aggression shown on the side of Monkey Business. I'm looking at a minimap, actually. Mid. Yeah, heavy push down mid.
I mean, if they've been keep running these kind of, not necessarily all-in A's, but heavy A-leans, getting a fast flank is perfect. They should have seen that Viper, I think, on the cross. Reyna, or at least Killjoy's seen it. So if AKM can just live, get one, play safe, fall to new angles, but he's about to get overwhelmed, that's not a good enough position from him. He has to be more mobile in that and try and back away when he can. If you're playing that Jet, you kind of have to almost be the assassin, hit and run. Now look at the flank coming in. Reyna's on the flank, and there it goes. Vac's going to fall for this one. And it's not just the Reyna coming on the flank for Element. You also have Viper there as well. So they can just box them in on this side. But you can see now Vitality wants to push back, break through the defensive line somewhere. And Sender's going to try and do the same, but dephh says no. A quick trade out at least keeps options available. These post plants are uncomfortable, and Element now wants to lean the way in. Lear goes through, and in we go. Brams finds finds dephh. You can see the nice adjustment from the opposing Reyna as well. Gonna try and dip out of there, get out of dodge. Time is dwindling, Element. You gotta make a play. Can't isolate too comfortably as Brams controls it, and a very good round from Brams.
It's good there, but again, I like the push from Vitality through screens. Once they identify the flanks coming through, they take that ground elsewhere. They know that they can kind of minimize that risk in sweeping past screens. Yes, they isolate Onabi. dephh actually gets a really good trade onto that, but again, I think the damage is already done. The flank has taken a little too long with the space that Vitality are able to take in that post plant.
Beat them back.
Is this rinse and repeat again?
Take flight.
It's a very commonplace piece. I want to see more versatility. I was kind of enjoying what we saw from
Nice
some
shot.
of the previous games. Yeah, I think you're going to make light work of AKM, and looking at the purchase, of course, this should be a Vitality round quite comfortably, unless something goes terribly wrong, which hopefully it doesn't. I mean, there's a lot of players here. Forces a res out, at least. That's a pretty big investment against an ecoed outside, basically, or, you know, up on Deegs like a D round. Machina's going to just pad the stats. We love to see it. And the spike should be planted comfortably. But now we've seen this kind of common look. Now, the problem becomes, will they change it up into the buy round? Because you can condition a team to have to be constantly worried about this A hit now. It's been a lot of rounds on the trot. Now, coming into the next one, if you're, you know, Monkey Business, you want to counter that. You want to have something to answer it. But of course, then Vitality goes, well, let's do the B hit. Let's do the mid piece. You can catch them on, you know, in a bit of an awkward position, even with just that one Viper wall. But if they don't see the Viper wall, they might be like, huh, funny that that's not here this time.
Yeah, this is the thing. I mean, kind of reducing the impact that Viper can have on the game, especially on defense. Like, as soon as that wall goes down, you have a general idea of the setup, right? And potentially what's going to come out. I'm looking to Vitality now. 4 ultimates online. Obviously, they used the revive in the previous Blade Storm, popped immediately. Cam took a little sniff, didn't like the angle. Want to give away first blood there, so opting to play deep back onto site. We can't get... Oh, actually, AKM finds VEQ. Back good for the trade. The spike will go down here, and I'm going to be honest, a little bit weird for the Viper ult to be invested so early on there over on A site. Especially when presence was shown on B lane.
Yeah, I think that could have definitely been a bit of a missed investment of utility in this one, but even outside of that, this retake, if it ever comes through, because that spike's not down, keep in mind. They don't need to be overly worried about this. They've actually kind of thwarted the plant, which is pretty impressive, considering I thought they had decent enough control, but apparently not the case. So kind of re-aggressing towards A, but you have got a bit of mid-presence from the Viper. Unko here is going to see at least the cross, so he's got information, and he can call the rotation if required. However, then it gives the kind of reins over to the attacking team to go, well, where do you want to go? You've got 36 seconds. You don't have a lot of time, but you have some time.
And this move actually going to get spotted out by the turret. And there's an alarm bot underneath tube as well. So that's going to give Monkey Business some good info. But dephh's still not ready for it, interestingly enough. A little bit sloppy there. Again, the utility gave them all the information they needed to read this push. Element keep on Snowman now, but the plant is out of line of sight for him.
No one's looking this way.
Nobody is looking. He's spotted both.
Oh, he's lost every bit of element of surprise here. Element still does well to find back through the wall, but Sender sitting in a great spot, couldn't adjust quick enough, and actually, they pull it off on the play back through. I actually thought that was going to very much be a Vitality-esque round then.
I thought it was. Again, interesting to see dephh kind of caught completely by surprise. He did not expect that push from Kitchen at all. Like I said, the alarm bot being under tube, should have had a fairly decent idea of that. Again, we'll scrub that away. They ended up winning the round. Only 1 ultimate invested on the side of Vitality. Still have 3 available. Still got the Empress, the Viper ultimate, and the Hunter's Fury. Economically, they're still looking better than Monkey Business right now. AKM, nothing but a Sheriff. He's got his ultimate online, so expect him to pop that pretty much instantly.
Revealing area.
Bit more of a default. Wow, Element deleted this time. No cheeky play off the back, but almost plays in the 2 players that are stacked here as well. Keep in mind the Jet's here, and you do have Sova as well. I think that's dephh. The Machina's getting space too. Unchecked on walking up here. This split is kind of, okay, send 2 of these players out and see who succeeds. It's a dangerous game to play though.
Scanning ahead.
Recon onto site. The turret's going to give that information away. Actually, look at that. The lineup actually good to deny the plant initially. Always got to be careful of the angle. No vac. The Sha'unko down. Getting a little bit sloppy with the positioning there. Knowing they were that close, it was definitely a possibility a player would tuck the other side of Snowman. Spike gets tapped. Only 2 members left standing for Monkey Business. 4 on the side of Vitality here. Nope, scrap that.
Okay. All right, dephh still showing presence towards middle, but he's being hunted out as we speak, so we should see that perspective.
Look at
He is
the
going to be
minimap.
kind of wrapped on. Exactly. Bram's going to take that spike all the way back over towards A, and
standing.
with Oni now dead and they knew where dephh
30
was,
seconds left.
you're going to see this kind of...
Ward him off.
He's just neutered in this round suddenly. It's like, well, you've only got really one of 2 ways to go, and you can already see it being pinged out. He has been noted. That jet is on the way. Doesn't feel so good. And that's kind of the end of it here. Good work from Vitality to isolate those players and locate those positions.
Here.
Whoa. Close up. Oh, economy, as I said, looking pretty healthy for Vitality now. Again, just other than 3 in the bounce, then the fuse round coming through. But the win now is going to put Monkey Business in a difficult situation. And now they've taken lead again. It's that argument of momentum. And yes, Icebox, I still think leans a little heavier on the attacking side. But I want to see Monkey Business kind of get 5 at least on their defensive half.
Okay. Walking into a stacked site can always be a bit dangerous, but substantially better equipped for it at least. Machina should get all this info pretty soon. And Brams, thank you, all doing really well. Going through the motions very comfortably. This looks good. This is a really nice way to take the site. Yes, the flank's on, but that internal clock should click in pretty much now. And there we go. Spike's now down. And they can secure the area.
Last player standing.
Get both of them. Yeah. Okay, nice. Happy to see that one. Got another one left? Oh, so you got nothing. Okay, Vac's going to shut him down. The 2 weapons removed. Again, not going to have a huge impact overall on the economy for Vitality. Now, again, holding on to these ultimates. Again, the Viper ultimate's still online. The Hunter's Fury's still online. Sender's now back on his revive. Vax, 4 out of 6 back for the Blade Storm. So, good utility and ultimate management on the side of Vitality and not over-investing into these rounds.
Oh, hold on, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a celebrity in chat. The one and only betrayer himself to his own team. Average Jonas, welcome. Welcome. How's it going, buddy? No more lineups hindering the boys?
He's here to judge
Artists.
Machina and dephh. 100%.
Like, it's over.
Been doing their homework.
Exactly. Element, though, tries to make space, but a little early in the round to be trying to make a play through middle, I feel. They've been working A, but they haven't been just, insta in. It's not been these mad rushes. It's been kind of these methodical takes. So a little mistimed on that, sadly, and you can see A is pretty much vulnerable for the taking here. Vitality now looking quite comfortable throughout. They found the flow. They found that rhythm here, it looks like.
Oh, indeed. And again, this is just coming down to brute force. Initially, only be...
1 enemy remaining.
Just caught sleeping there. He was staring at the wall instead of holding that angle. AKM now with the operator all the way back over towards Snowman. Gonna try and save this one out, but his position's noted. We'll find 1, but it's going to be difficult for him to evade the other 4. They're going to try and hunt him down.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Jame time. A meme maybe 10% of you would have understood. It doesn't go well for AKM. Now, can we see the way the rounds have progressed? This is the problem, right? You have a couple of nice rounds at the start. Feels good. You're excited. We think it could be happening. And then the guns come out to play. And those feelings of joy disappear. Like 2021. So, at the moment, I'm seeing Buckies. I'm seeing Guardians.
This is where
I'm
it gets
seeing...
funky. It just
Yeah.
gets funky at this point.
It's not pretty. They've turned the lights on in the club and there's nothing nice looking back at you, but they're going to make the best they can with it. They've stacked up on A with the dirtiest buy I can imagine, and they're going to damn well try their best.
I mean, if he gets a stinger kill from this distance, I'm going to be impressed. Doesn't find the first burst, but no kill, unfortunately. Gets swung on there. Hard cleared this time around, but actually, Onabi and dephh will respond with 2 kills. And actually, the Sage falls, so Vac going to be stuck down to very low HP. A lot of damage done initially. onto Vitality. Unco not swinging deep enough to catch this rotation. That could be awful, actually. If he's still calling, they haven't left A. That could be terrible for Monkey Business.
Now, there's this infamous story. Don't know if you've heard it.
Go on.
Guardian 1v3 that comes in. It's actually pretty wild. So there's this player called Oni, right?
Planted. One
No.
Finds Machina. Yeah, here we go. It's happening. The filth is coming through. Oh no, it's gonna be dead. Wait. No. Okay, thank you, Vac. Thank you, Vac. Vac, you're my MVP this round. But it is Oni just going absolutely wild. And how the hell did I call that? Huh? Genius.
I don't know.
The dirty buy works out.
Love to see it, I guess.
Do you?
I really did not know. I really did not enjoy watching that. Okay, so big difference here, right? Again, I was talking about the ultimate management on the side of Vitality. The investment of the Viper's Pit there is just, and again on defense more so, right? It's a huge tool to have up your sleeve. I'm not sure about it.
Well,
What do you think?
Vitality? I think Vitality have a lot of ults left, so we're
Correct.
going to see something fun hopefully this round and see what they do with theirs.
So deep. Bud.
Exactly. That's what I'm here for. Very entry-level thoughts that somewhat mean nothing, but I'll say it in quite an appeasing way that makes it sound almost interesting. I'll stop blaming my own job. I promise you I'm not awful. For now, though, looking at the attacking side, it is somewhat of an A-lean with the default. They have been conditioned to have to worry about mid now because of that aggression that had been shown by the one and only Monkey Business. But yet to see that kind of next intention. They've shown that diligence towards A definitely works out, but we'll see if they're ready for any new looks that could potentially come through.
toxins going up.
Yes, a much slower approach this time around. Vitality seemed to have taken a step back from those rounds we saw them brute force. Again, slowly now making their way down B lane, and Unco's got to be careful player's life here because there's a 3-man stack over towards A site. Could make this messy.
I'm a little worried that there's still 3 players towards A. I guess one is watching middle, but no one looked for information nor started rotation, even after being, seeing no contact that late in a round. But we've got 23 seconds and no spike plant. There's still problems to be had here. You can see Bram's looking for his opportunity, gonna be kind of, tickled a little here, but he will be alive at least for now. Looking to see if there's anyone who could maybe deny that. Not the case. Good damage dealt though. Look at the state of the HP on some of these players.
Actually, the vendor lockdown going to get invested here, but not really going to force them too far away from the spike. Machina actually goes hunting. Hunter's Fury gets invested, and look at this, 2 kills for Monkey Business now. Oh, look at that. All in favor for them.
I don't know
Wow.
how they pulled that off and no trade came in. It felt like they were just mismatched in positioning. The crossfires weren't there. The trade kills weren't coming through. I'm amazed they get a flawless round in basically a 5v5 post plant.
Yeah. And with the Viper's the Viper's Pit down. So, I mean, yeah, I'm impressed. The lockdown looked like it wasn't going to force them too far away from the spike. So, for them to still kind of find all kills in quick succession, and the res was used, I'm pretty sure. Sender got, was it Vac or I can't remember who it was, got somebody back on their feet. So a big investment on the side of Vitality. Still have the Blade Storm and the Empress now, but some of those more influential ults got invested there.
Okay, back to the known that works. There's this A hit. Now, they were very hesitant to rotate last time, and I'm keeping my eye on the Viper as well for the attacking side, working mid. Killjoy's gonna be tasked to keep control of that, but that's a pretty integral fight that could go down. Watch the kill feed for this one. Vac, though, gonna be working forward, being the first man in, but the timing on the jump up, pretty poor. Element gonna make light work of that. Readjusts, falls away, tries to get to safety, and no threats elsewhere across the map just yet. It's all this A hit. That mid presence yet to come through, and Element on the double dip, goes back in, backs away. This is the nuisance of Reyna. This is the perfect way to play it. Viper gonna try and make that presence in mid happen now. We're going to see the players note it. Brams falls, at least, falls one of them. That's going to be only going down. Sender did get AKM, but the bulk of the defensive squad, which is mostly Element, is still sitting pretty.
Still got another 10 seconds or so on this Empress as well. If he can find another kill, we'll reset the timer. A little bit of a rotation coming out, and they're going to get those audio cues. So Element's got to take first contact here. He's hard cleared. The double swing from Vitality comes through. Brings it down to a 2v2 now. One position spotted out.
Standing.
Fumble. Bit of a miscall there. I think Machina may have put a Sova arrow around the back potentially to try and bait the rotation. But honestly, that call to back away was pretty rough. Unfortunate way to close that one down, because that could have been a turnaround. You could have seen 3 rounds at the end there, and that side wouldn't have been so rough. 5-7 still pretty hard, I'd say. It does seem as though right now it's more... Again, I don't know if we can say this overall, but a couple of the tournaments recently, we have seen this being one of the more attack-sided maps. But again, that's very hard to kind of take into equation if it's truly the bias of the map just yet.
I definitely agree with that. Again, it varies by teams. I mean, whichever teams end up matching up, I do think there's still a little room. Like I said, no teams really have enough reps on this to really call it, I don't think. Especially with kind of this meta shift now, and again, Viper being a household name on Icebox. 3 members of Monkey Business trying to explore over towards A here. Gonna follow the owl drone all the way through. Honeybee actually going to find the entry onto Brams. They get the tag. That's the B player down. But no reset on the side of Monkey Business just yet.
Yeah, strange they didn't maybe just kind of hit the brakes for a second, let that paranoia build potentially. But they kind of press forward here. Catching the cross will be Sender. We saw Scream do something filthy from that angle, man. My mind just rolled back to that, just the jet dashing everywhere. But now Element had to pick the poison. I guess Sophie's choice at that point. No good way to come out of that situation. But does lose his life for it. Sender on the swing in, but the trade only comes for Tavik. So for now, we are seeing a decent position for this play back through. Machina trying to pin down one. Where's the player who's not pinned at this point? Well, it doesn't matter, only he's dead. So, Unco, do you have a nice lineup for us? Anything pretty to be looking at? It doesn't look like it. Vac has pulled the defuse halfway through, and Feku's going to be there. So now HP is a problem. There we go. They will get on it, and it is already halfway.
Okay. I mean, that's a big win for Vitality. Again, I would still kind of say it's leaned slightly towards attacking favored here, but I mean, Element just head and shoulders above the rest of his team. He's had a fantastic showing on the Reyna.
Yeah.
Really.
I mean, that aim. We saw that glimpse of it, didn't we, in the last map? We're like, wow, okay, this guy's, you know, pretty good. I don't know much about him. Again, like, the one bonus is that, like, a lot of the games that I don't know, I get to learn about the players now, right? Like, you'll get players coming from Apex, you'll get players, you know, coming from Overwatch, and some of the old Overwatch boys I know, but, I mean, you know, getting to know some new players in the FPS world is just a treat for me. I mean, I can't wait to see if he keeps looking this good going forward, or if this is maybe, you know, a high point, who knows? But for now, it's 5-8. Speaking of Element, right place, right time. They can maybe land this push. They're in a decent position to do it, because those rotations are going to be a little later than they'd like, I'd imagine.
Indeed. Element will find a lot of damage onto Sender. Onaby will find one as well. So, I think they're down to a 5v2. Again, they're going to have all the time to set up for this post plant as well. So, expect to see Unco just kind of run the clock down here with his lineups. Oh, actually, Feku gets tagged with that recon, so his position will be noted. The shock dart comes through. A bit of damage. Too much to worry about, though, but they come through here. And again, just looking for economy damage. We'll find the first onto Element and the second onto Vic. Now it's getting a little bit worried, but the nano lineup comes through. Feku's ready for it.
I don't know what he could make out of this one. The problem is you can't dig those players out of place with that time left. It's one of the things now with these agents. It's not your traditional Counter-Strike-esque retake. You've got to be able to kind of take these players out of those post-plant positions that have these lineups. You have to face them down. We saw plenty of games not too long ago, even that Red Bull tournament, where you've got to try and get these players, you know, early on. You can't bide your time anymore. So again, scoreline still looking pretty competitive.
Indeed, and that's a good bounce back from losing the pistol round for sure. Again, I hate to come back to it though, but I mean, this is the same for kind of any team, right? It's how deep is the playbook? I don't want to see kind of the rinse and repeat that we sort of saw on Ascent, and yes, they found a little bit of value from it. I was about to say they found a little bit of vitality from it. But Vitality struggled to respond and kind of switch things up. So yes, we can kind of call Ascent an upset, but I don't want to see Monkey Business kind of fall foul to the same successes on the previous map.
That's pretty fair. Hopefully they're not going to be shocked by this. Already back at the apex of this round, but can't do too much with it. Element going to just clear past him. Make it look easy. Just walk through. And now AKM tries to lead the way, be the tank of the squad here.
Sender just trying to escape with the shorty there. That's not going to do any damage.
Element is just turned this thing into like an LMG. Look at it. It's just pouring bullets, just mag dumping everyone. Machina, yeah, I mean, good luck, bud. I wish you the best. I hope it goes well. A good attempt. But Element, true Eco Cobra, this man farms in these rounds. Look at the scoreboard, man. He's got 22 kills.
Scoreboard.
Oofed. Oofed. He's having a day.
He's popping. He's popping. Again, I mean, I wish we could discuss this with Banks, who kind of hates seeing Reyna, but loves seeing it on Icebox, right? But yeah. it's good to see a Reyna kind of leading the charge, playing that entry role, whereas, you know, we've seen a few applications of Reyna be that lurker and the kind of
this is the interesting
side anchor. Go on.
Because we saw Zeke play it very passively towards A in a way, but obviously there's been a great deal of A hits coming through from the squad, so a little bit different. But I feel like, you know, the way Zeke played it and what we're seeing here from Element is very different in kind of approach and theory. So I'm interested to see if it keeps working this way, but for now we'll kind of keep eyes on the round, because a new look coming out from the attacking side, Element leading the way here, almost ready to crack it open, use everything he's got in the kit to try and keep the opponents guessing for a second. AKM right there as well, sticking on the SMGs, trying to do the damage, but Sender, superior range, joined by Brams as Element gets the space he needs, but sadly has no teammates to help.
Taking casualties on the way in there. And, oh, he actually just got the timing perfectly right. dephh finds the kill elsewhere, so brings it to a 2v2. Oh, Element! He finds Machina as well.
Dirty. Look at this. Look at the space they've got. He can just be like Bodyguard, just straight up. I really want to start singing songs from Bodyguard, dear God. But no, like, he can buy so much time. That rotation, they've got to know that Sage was elsewhere. They'd cleared through A, they're fine with this. Spike Plant comes in. Now, does he catch Sage or not? No. So there is at least a little bit of room for Sender here. But you can see Element.
Didn't hard clear it either.
Oh, here we go. And yeah, that should be a freebie. Element.
What a round.
He's a gamer. Absolute gamer.
What a round. But I keep looking at the scoreboard, and it's almost like anybody below Element just isn't changing other than deaths. He just keeps getting more. He keeps getting more. This is actually a crazy individual performance right now from him.
Was that 2v4 or 2v...
That was a 2v4. Potentially a 2v5, but at the very least a 2v4.
Well, that's going to put you on tilt, isn't it? Shouldn't lose those. There should be very few opportunities to lose those. I guess if anyone, Reyna can exploit that, but Vac going to try and get that ult up nice and quick, but loses Machina in the meantime. Only's found an angle on him, and already you can see Vac forced away. They lose so much presence on this, and I love how they're using this Reyna as kind of a point man, just letting them lead in, joined by AKM, but AKM's kind of, I guess, output has been nowhere near as substantial as Element so far. Looking for the next angle, the next opportunity to find a bit of a player out of place, even changing the color of his crosshair between games. Wild, it's gone from white to red, but dephh and AKM this time are the ones to start this off, and you can see Element now locking down portions of the map.
Did try and swing on that reload, but it looks like Brams has got a judge or something. Yeah, it is a judge. So he's got to close this distance down or play for these exits. A real chance of the retake here. Again, they're just so well set up. So well set up. Okay. 2 kills. A little bit of damage on the side. Again, the economy is going to be heavily in favor of Monkey Business, but in terms of the investment, economy damage is going to be more than Vitality could have expected out of a 2v5 retake, and Feku will give it up to the spike. The 9-8. Monkey Business digging deep, finding 4 in a row, and that was after losing the pistol. Really good response in their attacking half. Liking what I'm seeing so far once again. And I did not expect to be saying those words when we found out we were watching Monkey Business today.
No. Dude, looking at that scoreboard literally looks like when I get like one of my friends to be like, you know, back in CS, be like, hey, you know, you guys, like when Dupree was done with this game and I'd force him to play matchmaking with me and I'm just like, oh, cool, thanks, dude, I appreciate that win. But this is just wild stuff from Element at the moment. But again, it takes a team to kind of set a player like that somewhat up for success as well. But this time it's going to be Brams at the forefront here. Nice work, quick work towards Element and a great adjustment onto Unco. This is not a bad round from Brams at all, but he doesn't want to back away just yet. He wants more, and he gets more. Finally put to bed, but Sender's right there, quick to take up the mantle and already just leaving one player alive. Maybe this site ain't for you guys. Look, go the other way.
Yeah, A was working so well. Why send it B? But no, really, really impressive stuff from Brams. And again, just kind of responding with all-out aggression. And I love that. Again, not kind of, I guess, being forced back into a position where you're playing passively. They're still kind of prioritizing these positions, still investing enough to hold on to them. Again, now, looking back at the economy, pretty much even, I would say even across the board.
9K
but
on Element.
Yeah, Honorby's got to drop one. Well, actually, yeah, Element's going to drop one over.
Now,
yeah, probably a difference of 3,000 or 4,000 at this point, but the ultimate's one in favor of Vitality, 4 versus 3.
does he drop the 30, do you think? Casual 30?
This
He's
goes
on
the
for it.
distance. He's definitely on for it. Potentially the 40.
Oh, the 40's a big shout, though, isn't it?
Those are scream
40's
numbers.
just, you know, it's when your older brother came to play football with you and the rest of the kids, it's just unfair. It's just, no, you can't be doing that. Back,
Get out of my way. Here.
having a little look down. It looks like we do have Rainer starting to get involved. Here we go. Let's see if Element can do more damage this round or if merely he's going to be hitting towards the top of that 30. Possible. Beck on the other side, a quieter Rainer, not quite the same impact. And AKM still looking for opportunity. Both these teams well and truly aware of where each other are, but actually that Sage is peeling away from B. That's very surprising. Full faith in the likes of Vac and Co to keep this one safe, but Elements lingered forward, gets a spot. Ooh, Sender turns it around.
Here.
And Unco was playing very deep over towards spawn, so this was a 4-man effort from Monkey Business to try and find something into a site. Again, this is something, you know, we've started talking about, Lauren, is that over-reliance on the post plant. You're giving up that extra body on site, right? So if it does come through where the rotation is good from the enemy team, it's very difficult. It's very difficult to kind of crack in.
How's your day been?
Been pretty good. So far, so good.
Yeah. Chat, how's
10
the day
seconds
going?
left.
Just generally having a nice day? I guess it's evening now. You having a nice evening? What time is it? I don't know time anymore. I have like my blackout blinds down, so I'm just like a little cave-dwelling demon. It's
Where's
10
Frankie
PM.
when you need to know the time?
Oh, Frankie doesn't understand time, dude. It's mad. But you know, hope you're having a nice day. It's a pretty good game we got in front of us. You know, 9 to 10. Bit of a turnaround here for Vitality. Gets you excited. I like that.
Money-wise, I guess even with a drop through here, yes, they've still got one round to play with. Element would have to force up on a lower weapon, but again, potentially you could buy a full weapon with no armor and use that heal. Wait and see. Again, it's one of the economic advantages of Rainer, really. Again, if you're feeling that confident, yep, 2,900 on the rifle, I'll heal up to 150. Don't worry about it.
Poison orb emitting.
No worries. Okay. Last time Brams just went, you know, God mode. Denied any build up over B, but looks like they're double dipping towards this side. AKM's made good progress here. Gonna be able to make a cross towards maybe isolating Brams if possible. Noting position now, takes the clean. Oh! 11 HP, who cares? The man's a turret. Can I have his crosshair? I need his mouse, I need the keyboard.
Shampoo.
And get someone to...
What?
Someone check him PC, alright? Like this guy. Ooh.
It's not normal.
Oh, he was getting confident. Don't throw it now. Don't throw. Why is it a 3v3, Pock?
Overzealous. Spike is down in that cubby. Sender actually going to get one back on her feet. They're going to find both of these kills, actually. Element will find the third. It's now a 2v1. This is an absolute fumble unless he finds that kill back. Misses.
Glorious. No, I don't think my voice has gone that high in years. I just squealed. That was unflattering. So is this round.
30 seconds left.
Vitality. What have you done?
That is such an oof.
It's a big oof. Okay, well, look, we'll forget the round if Vac clutches it. How about that? We'll move on. We'll never talk about it again, and it'll be perfectly fine. Exactly. You know, team was just culled, brought to pieces. Brams did everything he could to keep it back together, but now it's all on Vac. Oh, I'll hype it up like it's going to happen. Vac now with it all to do. Ultimate not available. HP, it's okay. And now, oh... Gets it to half.
Works.
Gets it to half. Doubling down. Okay. Oh, baby. Here we go. Okay. Draws them in. And nothing comes of it. It's 10-10. And that is a meal of a round there.
That was... That did not... I was not smiling whilst watching that. I was initially. And then... it went very quickly back to being upset. I mean, that's just... Again, the overpeak and then the res out in the open. If you're gonna res like that, you need to make sure that you're in an advantageous position, not stood in the open behind yellow, like in front of lane, because you're giving the other team like...
You give them a chance at it, a good chance too. Oh, 10-10. Okay, back. Goes back in on it, loses the angle now. AKM's taking down Vectu. That's not good. Here we go. Now he's pinned. Has to fight his way out, but it's Element to put him down, put him to bed, tucks him in. Little kiss on the forehead. No worries. Element's going to keep going forward now as well. You've got Sage on the side, but looking so isolated.
Oh, no way. No way. The center didn't get spotted by the drone. Oh my god, that was so close.
A little dangerous. Maybe the danger is past.
Spike planted.
Sheena above, trying to work through that ultimate. I mean, what are you meant to do with this?
Out of charges. Revealing area.
I just don't see a way back through for this. This is wrap it up, keep your guns, get out of there, do what you want, but maybe Machina can prove me wrong, but the trade comes in instantaneously. You're never going to get away with it. And look how far away Viper is on the other side. Brams has been incredible, showing some real sharp aim, but this is a horrible play back in. That Reyna can just chill, play off the contact or the cross on the site. None of this is favorable, and Brams knows it. He knows he's got that uphill battle, and he knows better than to stick around for it. Gets the gun, tries to get out of dodge. But Element, ooh. What is your sensitivity? How do you aim when you could do that with your mouse? Brams trying to keep hold of this. Let's stick on board with Brams. He does die. Now Element dies to the spike, but that op is gone. It is out of there. 11-10.
Yeah, they do. Everybody except Vac is going to be able to... Well, somebody just dropped Vac a weapon.
Yeah.
It's very kind of them. Very kind. Better than my ranked teammates, that's for sure. Machina going to force up on a Bulldog.
Green, why you no drop?
Okay, so it's they're going to be able to afford two rifles in the next round. If Monkey Business go to 12, they're going to be able to afford 2 rifles.
We go again. This is where the danger begins. And Vitality, this is a closer game than you ever imagined. This was meant to be this is your map. We had no footage, we had no tape on the Monkey Business boys, and these guys looked poor in the recent tournament. And that's, you know, again, harsh to hear, but it's no discredit to them now because they look formidable. And once again, this spike's going to be put down any second now. I imagine once they control the site, Tavic's going to make light work of Machina. How has he done that already?
That was perfect, though. Lined up again. The Hunter's Fury was popped to shut down the lockdown, but pinpoint accuracy. And look at this. The kills coming through for Monkey Business. It's just one man standing. It's Sender left.
This is going to be 12 on the board. There's nothing they can do about it. Tavic's there to get 3. Incredible work from Monkey Business. I'm beyond amazed. And, you know what? Call it the Reyna show. Call it the Element show. I don't care. It's 31. He's dropped the 30. Boys and girls, that is wild.
They will squeeze, I think, 4 rifles out of this, but maybe just the 3. But I mean, the utility is not going to be full. If I've done the math right, they're not going to have full utility on here. Yes, you can argue the weapons are way more important, but again, some of those other things, you know, those crutch scenarios where you need utility, it's going to be really difficult here. I would not have expected this one. I thought potentially there was an opportunity of Vitality of bouncing back on map 2. You know, maybe map 1 was a slip up, but Monkey Business have looked damn good. Around, yes, an individual performance from Element. He's looked absolutely brilliant. But I mean, they backed him up. How often do we see it? A player can stand out individually on that duelist role, and teams can't convert it. They're kind of knocking on the door, closed out map 2 as well, Lauren.
I haven't seen the rest of the bracket. I do want to have a look at it briefly. This being a tactical timeout. It's time to just talk things through for them, get everything in the right place. Let me see if I can find the bracket. I've got like a billion tabs open now. I'm seeing if anyone's like insted their game 2-0 quickness. Not seeing too much of that. It's looking like G2 have picked up their first map in the round of 16. Not surprising. Liquid picked up their first, and FPX picked up their first. So nothing wildly surprising coming out, but anyway, I'm sure Yinzu and everyone, we can catch up on the rest of the bracket after this, because we are back into the game 12-10. Vitality on the verge of a very shocking result here.
Oh, indeed. Once again, it rests on Brams and needs to find a couple of openings.
Poison's off.
Once again here, he's going to be pressured away. The owl drone this time away. Going to note his position, but actually it didn't spot him. It gets shut down early enough, but they know exactly where he's playing. He's flushed out fantastically by this utility element, able to dismiss across back behind yellow. Oh no, he's going to find one. It's a 5v3 now. Oh my word.
Okay, Ungo's going through the wall. That was a bit overly zealous, but you can see instantly the trades are there, and there it goes,
Just like
Element.
that.
I cannot believe it, but he deserved that close down. 13-10. 2-0. Monkey Business just knocked out Vitality.
I mean, that was not on my list of things to see today.
No.
Again, I don't think there's anything wrong with kind of